Got another little list here. I wanted to do an update. I been busy these past couple weeks and kind of wanted to give everybody an update of what I'm doing. I know a lot of people that are subscribed to my channel, and my channel's slowly growing, but it's it's going. A lot of people subscribe for different reasons. I have a few like repair videos. I have some boat repair videos, the red truck, and the Blazer, and believe it or not, some for gardening with my wife. So I try to get a little bit of everything out there, but I wanted to go over what I've been up to and where I'm at with everything. So I kind of originally started this channel repairing the boat, and eventually started the Let's LS Swap It, which was my first attempt of putting an LS engine in something that it didn't belong in, didn't come in, which was the C1500, my red one. And I didn't get a chance to really cover a lot of detail on it because when I started the project, my wife and I decided to move. So I got like the transmission and engine built, put together, stuck it in the truck, stuck it in storage for a little bit, couple months. And then when we moved into the new house, I made a few videos here and there about me putting it together, but I didn't really cover in detail how I did it and what I did. And I kind of feel that I left everybody out on that. And I want to make a video. Everything under that hood is from Amazon and eBay. So as I tune it and make some more power with it, I kind of want to give a review of what I think of all that stuff, because this is all stuff that is in grasp of the average guy. Don't have to spend a lot of money doing it. It's just a matter of how you do it and how it's set up. So I want to go over that. I'm going to make another video about that soon. But I want to stick to my list here. I took my wife for a ride in the red truck today. We went to Walmart, just doing normal things. We drink water out of 5-gallon jugs dispensed out of like the cooler and heater, that worked out very well. I didn't think she'd like the truck. It does smell like gas because it's running really rich. I'm slowly tuning it. I had a problem with the wastegate. At first, the wastegate wasn't hooked up at all, and I wasn't able to really get into acceleration because that turbo doesn't know when to stop. The more I pressed on the throttle, the more boost it would make. And in my attempts to tune it, it was a couple times it wouldn't spike. It would keep going if I let it, but it was up 10-15 pounds. And what I was doing, because I drove it to work for a few days tuning, I just kind of kept it around 5 pounds, and it actually is pretty well, I'm not going to say stoich, but it's tuned to like 12.5 around there under in boost at 5 pounds, and then above that it kind of just gets pig rich. And I had an issue with the wastegate where, well, at first it just wasn't even hooked up. It was in place, but there was no boost line going to it from the turbo. The turbo never had a provision for a little nipple to hook up the it's not a vacuum tube, but it's the pressure tube. And the other day I finally took everything apart. I took the turbo compressor housing off and drilled a hole, tapped it, and put a nipple on there, and ran the boost line to the wastegate. And that wastegate, the 50 millimeter wastegate, was advertised for 14 pounds. Well, when I took it apart, there were 2 springs in there. If anybody's ever seen a tile wastegate, the springs are color coded and they have different values of how much pounds they hold. Well, none of these were color coded. I didn't know what they were, so I just assumed each one was 7 pounds. Put them together, they'd make 14 pounds. So at first I just put one spring in, and it made 4 or 5 pounds, and I was like, well, that's not where it should be, but considering where I got it from and what I paid for it, it's doing its job. So now I could get it into higher RPM. I did a little bit of tuning there and got bored with it instantly because 4 or 5 pounds ain't nothing. So the next day I went and put the other spring in, and I thought it was going to be 14 pounds as advertised, and it's 10 pounds. So I'm just going to be happy with that for a little bit. I need to tune it. It's very rich. I made a short. You can see when I get in the throttle, the needle just goes past 10 AFR, just buries itself, and I don't know how rich it is, but I haven't had the laptop on it since. I haven't really had I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to tune it since I put the other spring in. So hopefully this weekend I can get some tuning done on it and make it where it's not so, it's so rich it's not making any power. It's just making noises. So there's all that. So let me get a pen and check off what I've talked about so I don't lose track of where I'm at. I want to make the 1500, the red truck, a daily driver, and that's my goal. I want it to be reliable but fun. I haven't had a fun car in a while, and this is my first fun vehicle. And like I mentioned, my wife and I went out to Walmart, and when I met her, I had a 78 F-150. It was a 3-speed with basically open headers. It went to, you know, the glass packs, which are just really loud anyway. And I thought my wife was going to absolutely hate the truck, and I think it kind of brought her back to, you know, we met as teenagers, so it brought her back to those days. And by the time we got home, she was digging it, and I was actually surprised. So that went well. And I really think she actually likes this truck. So it's one of those things where I spend so much time and money on something, she kind of gets upset with it. But if she likes it, it's okay. So I'm just staying there with that. Moving on from the red truck, I talked a little. I'm not the tuning with HP tuners. I've come across a way to do, like, it's not real-time correction, but it does by percentages after you do a run. I'll link to a video of how I set this up, because I just basically copied someone else's setup and it's working very well. It works with the wideband. I never did like the theory of that long-term and short-term fuel trims with the narrow bands. I like using, so far I'm having good luck using the wideband. You're supposed to do it with 2 widebands in 2 different areas, and it's supposed to take an average between those 2 is the way you're supposed to do it. I'm only using the 1 wideband. I have 2 widebands in the truck, but one of them HP Tuners does not read any data from for some reason. So until I figure that out, I'm just using the 1, but I'm having good success with it so far. And what it does is it takes the averages and goes into user-defined math, and you can tell it how much of a sample rate, how fast or how slow of a sample rate you can take, and then it tells you how many, like, percentage plus or minus to take away or add to, and you basically just copy that and add it into your VE table, and it just kind of automatically corrects it, and you just keep going and going and going. You can do it by 0.5%. And slowly creep up into where it should be, and that's kind of what I've been doing, and it's really working out. And I'll probably make another video about how I did that also, but I thought that was worth talking about, how I'm doing this tuning, and I'm having some good luck with it. Other things I got going on, the Blazer, I got the pipes to finish the roll cage. I bought a bender from Harbor Freight, which I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do any of that. If I had to buy the bender and buy the pipes, I may, as like I said before, I'm kind of sore about this whole thing. I should have just bought all the pipes and bent the thing to begin with myself. Why spend, that cage is $600, I spend extra money for no reason, the way I'm looking at it. So, and this pipe is a true 1 3/4, where the pipe I got from Jegs, it's a little shy. I thought that was kind of weird. So if I try to go and get this thing certified and they put that little gauge on there, if it doesn't pass, I'm going to be a little upset with the pipe I got from Jegs. So we'll see how that goes. But Other than that, I can hopefully, and that's on my list of things to do this weekend. I don't know if I'll get it done. If it won't be this weekend, it'll be this coming week. I can finish the Blazers roll cage and move on with that. I've got almost everything I need to get that truck back together and running, except for like fuel lines and electrical wires. But almost all the hard parts. Transmission's now done. I'll move into that. The Turbo 400. I still have to edit the video of me putting the Turbo 400 together, which again isn't going to be an instructional video. I'll probably fast forward through most of it anyway. But I got the transmission together. The trans brake is in. I ordered the shields from Jegs, I believe. It was supposed to be the bell housing shield and the main body shield was one kit. Well, I guess FTI had it on back order or something. Something happened where I couldn't get it together, so they basically refunded my money, and I spent almost double the money and bought the two components separate. And I could have waited till it came in stock, but I want to make sure I have enough room in that transmission tunnel where if I gotta beat the metal away so it all fits in there, I want to do that now instead of later. So because of my impatience, it cost me a little more, but got that all set up, and I'm ready to install everything. I just have to finish this cage. So